three sets of documents that are contained in this volume. The first, and these documents were downloaded from the websites of the National Treasury, the Central Bank of Kenya, Parliament, and the Auditor General. Mr. Speaker, number one, the Appropriation Act of 2014 on pages 1 to 20. Number two, the Appropriation Act of 2015 on pages 21 to 41. Number three, the Appropriation Act 2016 on pages 42 to 68. Number four, the Appropriation Act 2017 on pages...
Senator Omtatah, you don't need to read the 93 documents now.
What are you asking me to do, honestly? Mr. Speaker, I would rather you throw me out than I do a shambolic job here. Throw me out, I go. I go in my documents.
Be able to read all through from number 1 to 93.
Why shouldn't I read? People
just say you have
here,
documents from number 1 to number 93. And then, unless you are unable to substantiate, then the standing order will deal with it.
Walk away.
You can't give yourself... majority leader.
Mr. Speaker, maybe we should help our colleague Senator Omtatah, because maybe he's under the wrong impression that there are people who are opposed to him tabling this evidence. Let me tell you, Senator Omtatah, at least myself, I take this issue of debt very seriously. It is the biggest threat to our existence as a country today. And any attempt, Mr. Speaker, to make things better is most welcome. I'll let you know, for example, Senator Omtatah, just a comment, so that you know that we wish you well and I support what you're doing, and I'd wish to learn from the documents you've tabled. When the debt anchor came to this House in 2019, I was among the only 6 senators that opposed it. 90% of members supported that day to move it from 6 to 10 trillion. Therefore, I support what you're doing. But to guide us as a House, what the Speaker is requesting you to do is to tell us, I have downloaded documents from National Treasury, this and this, from Parliamentary Budget Office or the National Assembly, whatever, such and such documents. But honestly, to expect that as a House, we will sit, especially because there's no material value to us, listing all the 93 documents that you have, is being unfair on the time of the House. Given that it's the last day, we have business that we need to prosecute. So we take what you're saying seriously. I also want, maybe perhaps if the Speaker can allow, that the rest of us, we also read through your documents. But you will lose good opportunity to do good value for your country if we dwell on the sideshows of the items you want to read and the rest, and not the very important documents you're tabling. Therefore, it's a humble request from your colleagues, not the Speaker alone.
Senator Sosi.
Mr. Speaker, you know, when you read Standing Order number 105, it's very clear. It talks about substantiation. And my English dictionary reading of the meaning of substantiation, it means you provide proof or evidence. I think Senator Omtatah is a victim of inadequacy of our standing orders. Because if he raised a matter, a claim in this House, and he was to come and provide proof within Standing Order number 105, then we should allow him to do that, instead of appearing like to be curtailing him, because some of the things he's going to say is going to be discomfort to some people. I have gone through this before, Mr. Speaker. You remember I raised the issue of Moi University. And the same Cheregei did not allow me to substantiate. Eventually, the evidence I had, the Speaker came later to declare that evidence as as a not admissible in this house. So, Mr. Speaker, this is a house where we need to exercise freedom of speech. Let me finish.
I want
This
to
is
give
a house.
him that gratitude because you have mentioned his name so that also it is fair.
Yeah, but I was already on a point of order. I was on a point of order, Mr. Speaker. I was on a point of order. For heaven's sake, I was on a point of order.
Senator Ososi. Senator Ososi, have your seat first. Senator Ososi, you know, being on a point of order also you cannot impute improper motive and allegations to your colleagues, even if you're on a point of order. Right? So that is why it is the obligation of the chair to make sure that the House is managed well. But also, let us give Senator Omtatah time just to table the documents. And actually, once you table these documents, the chair also has the obligation even to declare the property of the House. And I have no problem with the documents, even if members interact with them. Senator Omtatah, proceed. No, both of your point of orders have been dismissed. Senator Omtatah. Senator Omtatah, kindly do justice to this House so that we make progress.
Mr. Speaker, when I opened and I talked about mathematics coming from mathematics, and 1 + 1 not always adding up to 2, and circumstances where 1 + 1 just remains 1. I was pointing at exactly this kind of misbehavior, this kind of misconduct. And maybe, Mr. Speaker, we are here for performance. The substantiation I'm being asked to make is a performatory substantiation. I'm not created for performance. I'm real. And so either I'm allowed to substantiate, Mr. Speaker, sir,
proceed and table your documents, Senator Omtatah.
Or you cannot tell me not to give a digest. You cannot tell me not to read the list of what I'm presenting and then claim I'm substantiating. I don't mock myself, Mr. Speaker, sir.
What you said is you have 93 set of documents.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? Who said I have to bring one document? Who said I have to bring one document?
I think you are not ready to substantiate.
So be it. We are lowering the dignity of this House. We cannot come here with rumors. I'm trying to substantiate an item. The consequences of not substantiating is being thrown out of this House.
You must use the procedures of substantiation.
The consequences are dire.
Can you lay down the documents that you have? Also for the chair.
You have denied me the chance to lay down the documents I have. If I cannot go through the list of documents I've presented, Mr. Speaker, sir, it's me who is being challenged. I have to read the 93 documents.
Can you just table what you have?
If the majority leader said there's no time, you have got power under standing order number 1 to adjourn this process. We come back in the new term when there's enough time. I do proper substantiation. I'm not going to be crucified on the cross of no time.
Laying your evidence.
But you cannot tell me how to lay my evidence by denying me to lay the evidence, Mr. Speaker, sir.
So, Senator Omtatah, just lay on the table the documents that you have.
The Speaker was at number 5. The Appropriation Act 2018 on pages 100 to 131. The Appropriation Act 2019 on pages 132 to 159. The Appropriation Act 2020 on pages 160 to 194. The Appropriation Act 2021 on pages 195 to 221. The Appropriation Act 2022, on pages 222,
Majority Leader, what's your point of order?
Rules, and we cannot create rules for ourselves. What Senator Omtatah finds to be just to him might not necessarily be just to me. Mr. Speaker, there is a well laid down procedure, and it's not the first time. Senator Omtatah, I'm sure, has seen other members being challenged and asked to do substantiation and how it has been done. Surely, Senator Omtatah, even if you try to persuade us that what you're doing is substantiation by quoting documents that are publicly available with no explanation whatsoever, we don't have the benefit of that document. You're just being dramatic. I'd wish, Mr. Speaker, to request that if Senator Omtatah really wanted to substantiate, then he will take time and explain. Mr. Speaker, I beg for your attention because I can see, I don't mind resuming my seat. You'll be briefed first, then I speak because I need your attention. I proceed? You see, Mr. Speaker, we have been on this matter for 30 minutes. You actually rose at 16:00. It's now 16:38. And the reason, Mr. Speaker, we are not making headway is because our colleague is insisting on a procedure that only he has invented, not how this House has normally transacted its business. So can you guide us, Mr. Speaker? If you're permitting Senator Omtatah to read all the 93 documents, it's okay, we'll sit and be prepared. If you're asking him to table the documents, as has been the practice, then we shall equally be prepared. What happened is that you had an altercation between the two of you, then Senator Omtatah just started reading, so we don't know what's happening. So I want to know, what is your decision on this matter? Do we sit down and listen to him reading the 93 documents, or he tables, so that we know what to do?
You remember, Majority Leader, I clearing guidance in Omtatah, there is no need of reading the 93 titles that is reading all documents, one by one up to 93. He can say, I have these documents, which are from content number 1 to number 93 or to number 100, and then he tables that volume. I have this another set, this set containing this information, and then he tables, right? So we don't need to he's insisting he should read the 93 documents or whatever evidence he has. So Senator Omtatah, I lead and guided you, just table say from number 1 to 93, this is what I have.
Mr. Speaker, sir, yesterday, when I commented that these documents were publicly available and I did not need to substantiate, I was told to substantiate. Now Majority Leader stands here and says these are public documents that are readily available. Why this circus? Yesterday I said it's public information. I was told to come and it was not public information.
Can you table the documents that you have?
And I'm going to
without
table the
reading
documents,
number 1 to 93.
and I'm not going to be micromanaged in the way I defend myself.
The chair gives guidance to the House, not to micromanaging.
But you're
you are not
me.
the chair, Senator Omtatah.
I'm not the chair.
Senator Omtatah. You cannot take the authority of the chair and say what you want to do and what you must do. If you are not ready to follow the chair, then it's up to you. Because you are supposed to substantiate. If you are not ready to follow the chair's guidelines, then maybe you are not ready to substantiate. Or maybe you know your documents have no material, enough material. Just a minute. Senator Omtatah, you know, we have some business to clear before the end of business today. And the reason why we have authority, even that means there, is for the chair to guide the House appropriately. And if I've guided you and you are not listening to the chair, then I'll be left with another option, but to use my the standing orders, which is the creation of this Senate. So can you kindly, and I've appealed to you severally, in a very gentle manner, to table the documents that you have in a manner that are prescribed.
Mr. Speaker, I've listened to what you just said when I was sitting there, that you think these things might be empty, tabula rasa, that maybe I'm not able to. You are casting aspersions on me, who is coming to appear before this House, and I don't know what kind of conduct that is. Mr. Speaker, this House is not ready for me to substantiate. Let the chips fall where they may, or where they must. This House is not ready for me to substantiate. I'm not going to be part of a masquerade.
Are you ready to table the documents, or you are not?
What have I been doing all the time? You have been stopping. I tried to substantiate, to explain what was in the documents. I was stopped. When I began reading the list of documents, the majority leader stood up and said, I'm reading things without explaining. Why am I being tied in knots? Mr. Speaker, I was elected to be here. I represent people in this House.
Senator, then they not elect Senator Omtatah, you know, you were elected also to form guidelines of this Senate. That is why not everybody is
the guidelines are not what is in the mind of an individual. Because the guidelines are in a piece of paper called the standing orders. I've been asked to substantiate. It's an English word. Mr. Speaker, can you guide me on the meaning of the word substantiate? Then I proceed. Word. Mr. Speaker,
I can see Senator Omtatah is not ready to do that. Let's go to the next order. Yeah, that's what I want to check.